You ready, LA?
Yes, I am ready as soon as I see it pop up. All right. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Profound Words. All right. Yes, I just want to thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Profound Words. All right. Yes, I just want to thank hello, everyone. Okay, I just want to thank you so much for joining Profound Words. All right.
Hold on, LA, 1 second.
I just want to thank hello, everyone. Okay, I just want to thank you so much for joining Profound Words. Okay. All right.
Hold on, LA, 1 second.
I just want to thank hello, everyone. Okay, I just want to thank you so much for joining Profound.
Okay, so I muted everybody. Hold on. So I muted everyone until we can get this off. So hold on 1 second. Unmute yourself, LA. Everybody else stay muted. We're gonna get this going, everyone, in a moment. In a moment. All right. Can you hear me? Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for joining Profound Words. I'm LA Holtz, and we want to honor three fallen African American people. LA, I hate to interrupt you. Do you have your phone on? Honor no. Three fallen African American. Okay. LA, I hate to interrupt you. Do you have your phone on? No. No. Okay. LA, I hate to interrupt you. Do you have your phone on? No. So we are starting, everyone. Just give us a minute. We are trying to deal with the feedback on the live. This is how Zoom does sometimes. We just have to do what we need to do. Thank you all for your patience. We're going to make this work. Let me see. Okay, the feedback may be coming from Facebook. So if you have Facebook turned on, anybody has Facebook turned on, just make sure it's turned off or muted or whatever, so it can't come through on your phone. Okay, so we're gonna try to go. LA, I'm gonna unmute you. All right. All right, here we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We appreciate your patience. I am LA Holtz, and tonight we are introducing Profound Words, hosted and created by Apostle Teresa Harvard Johnson. We have some excellent spoken word artists, professional anointed spoken word artists for you today, and we are so excited for you to join us. So I'm going to start off with a introductory piece, and I want you all to sit back, relax. We're going to enjoy ourselves and express ourselves concerning what's going on in the world today. And again, this is to honor Ahmad, Brianna, and George. And we know what's going on right now, but we want to somehow give you some release and speak into your lives and allow you to be able to creatively express what's going on in your hearts. And we hope we're able to do that for you today. So the title of this piece is Profound Words, and this is a collaboration between myself and Apostle, and I'm excited that we're going to share this intro with you today. Profound Words. Words run deep. Words crash against the mind, ever moving, beating jagged rocks into smooth surfaces or sharp swords of the soul. What lies ahead on this highway are inescapable routes, passageways and tunnels that are still finding our way through. Oceans, rock quarries, and trees shuddering under raging winds heard them, and they still hear us. Must Abel still cry from the ground of defiance of Cain? These words can't be contained. So we dip our blood-dripped pens in the hope Christ gave. May the waters refresh profound words as dripping ink pleads from storms to be still. Or for softer winds to comfort the shouting trees, and for silent sands under countless stars to remember that clay speaks. Profound words. Welcome, everybody.
This piece I'm about to share with you is called Crowns. And every time you hear the word crowns, I want you to think about our men, our husbands, our sons in the African-American community. I want you to think about those we've lost. And I want you to hear the words as action words. And I want you to just enjoy the journey as we go through this. This piece is entitled Crowns. Crowns, bound around sounds, down brown towns underground. Pounds, wombs, tombs, exhumes, fumes of injustice, poultices on abscesses, festering voices, poised choices, counting losses, seeing crosses, liberty tosses, collides and divides, chides, abides worldwide, and slides scales in a sleight of hand. Plan, fan, reprimand, command, stand, demand, and behold, hold, fold, mold, scold, control the directive, imperative, narrative, declarative, heart heavy, hurting, healing, honing, enlarging, exploding, imploding, foreboding crowns, unbound resound sounds, renaissance, down brown towns, now above ground. Might to fight, plight, bright, lights on, dark night, tight, rights, heights in sight, rewrites, all right, all right, all right. Eyes see now, ears hear how, hands hold vow, feet stand bow, crowns tilt wow. This is war. I hope you enjoyed that piece.
Yes.
Just gonna invite our guests to go ahead and unmute.
I guess I'll go. Peace. Can you guys hear me good?
Yes.
Well?
Yes.
Okay, bless. That's what's up. We're not really doing introductions. I'm just gonna say I'm a comedian, and whenever something like this happens with police shootings, which is all the time, people always want you to come up with some sort of response or have something to say, or especially I do comedy in a lot of places where there's not a whole lot of Black people around all the time. So they kind of depend on you to have some sort of point of view on this, especially the kind of comedy I do. So I wrote this. It's so hacked to be Black. Knee to the neck, bullet to the back. Waka, waka, waka. It's another 911 caller. Hey, did you hear the one about my historical trauma? Tell another joke about being choked. You mean like the one Richard Pryor wrote? No. Something fresh and new out of the daily news with a unique twist and a different point of view. What's another word for laying face down on the curb? What's a better way to say that they don't really protect and serve? It's so hacked to be Black. It's just a parallel thought to something that Rock already said, or Mooney already said, or Chappelle already said. I already said. My grandma, my mom, my wife, my mother-in-law all send me a worried text. I pray you're safe. You know what? That is so cliche. Them hoping that I'll make it home alive every day. What a tired trope. A neck and a rope. How many ways can you tell the same joke? Well, I'm sure this time it'll be different. By the power of all my student loans and my essays and short stories that won all those competitions, my JFL submissions, I am going to say something so nuanced, so specific that will inspire the spirit and tickle the senses. And once the crowd's brains get to sizzling, this will put an end to this endless predicament. One good punchline ought to finish this. Let me just get a pen and a pad. Give me some time to think on this. Now, what didn't I say last month? How can I surprise the crowd with something that doesn't really surprise me? What's supposed to be the hot take on a cold body? Our pain and our process becomes a white meal, a smorgasbord of struggle porn to get you all in your feels. It feels so dirty, so twisted, and so sick. Feels so done before, so fully explored, like a pony with one trick. Before you can fully get mourn Ahmad, mourn Brianna, we got another and another and another. Like a hit parade, a cover, a sample, a remix replayed, a reshare, or a hashtag to raise awareness. But who can really say that they haven't heard? This song makes the whole world sing, leaves new generations disturbed. In the words of Amy Cooper, I am going to call the cops and tell them a Black man is threatening my life. A story that she so smugly believed would be believed. No matter how unarmed the Black body is laying in the street, the I fear for my life routine, well, that always kills, always knocks them dead. Tear gas any heckler who would suggest that it's a tired premise that we're all tired of. A dinner party conversation that I have lost my appetite for. Too anxious, too numb to get bored. So before you tell me that you're a better ally than the other guy, or brag about your before you tell me that you're a better ally than the other guy, or brag about how you're different, let's take a minute and lean in to being white. Instead of trying to prove to me that you're all right, take your brother, take your buddy, take your boss, take your neighbor to the side and have a conversation that I can't have, though I'll try. Because all jokes aside, I heard this one before, far too many times. Thank you.
I guess I'll go. Hello, everybody. My name is Calvin, Calico the Poet. This piece is called It Takes a Village. When I die, don't look surprised, because my eyes already did that for me. When they shovel that dirt upon me, don't cry out, because my eyes already did that for me. See, you were supposed to cry out before I blacked out. I couldn't claim defeat before I tapped out, but I napped now, and where's my fam at? Don't look shocked and hold your cloth across your mouth, because I'm gonna nap, kin. Black man, nah, you can't be talking about me, I'm a nigga. These words I use to refer to myself and my niggas. What up, nigga? Black man, please. I sag pants, do rag bands that match my fitted cap, black. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, that's whack. Now we rocking those snapbacks, yeah, swag. Got my jeans sag and hanging off my butt, showing off my butt crack, and I dare you to call me fag. No, I'm a thug. At least that's what mainstream told me. At least that's what my boys showed me. See, the main thing is that you ain't been shown. See, the plain things you ain't share shows you scared. See, you're deflating me by not contributing your mental wisdom weight on me so that your words could weigh heavily. You're afraid of me. Afraid of what my mama might say if you try to correct me. But see, them bullets are gonna pierce louder than your words when it was your words that was supposed to protect me. But I get it, I'm not yours. You got your own to worry about, right? Until that day I murder yours, now it's me you worried about, right? Wrong? A conflict for a future convict. See, two strikes stick, cause what you don't do to my behind quick, that cop's gonna do it for you with his nightstick. And don't pump your fist at that time either. That fist should have been pumping in my eye. Teacher, it takes a village to hit home like community sitters. Lyrical collateral damage, the truth is bitter. Yes, these words I speak are not sweet. This verbal damage knocks through teeth like cavities. Have you thinking you shopping for more than Skittles and iced tea? See, all I needed is for your words to keep me out the middle of a hospital bed or an IV, or 6 feet deeper than coral reefs, or behind cells within a bar's reach. I need to see your morale peak. You got a mouthpiece, use it. Like heavyweight parents, grandparents, uncles, and aunties. See, you could save a child for just a word a day. Just dial 1-800, pull your damn pants up. Look them dead in the eye, say, if I hear you use words like that again, I'ma pull your damn pants down and then go tell your mama. What are you afraid of? See, we're so busy adjusting our hoodies, but really, what are you made of? See, a lot of this racial profiling goes deeper than white cameras and black makeup. Let's give them something to really snap at. Let's give them college grads. Let's give them responsible dads. Let's give them speech with correct grammar. Like, how can you walk in that job interview with that grammar? See, nobody's gonna hire you with that grammar. But grandma, this is how we talk. This is our grandma. She would say, boy, don't talk back before I grind you down to a gram or grain of sand. Yes, they would tear through your pants till you can't stand up. Maybe that's just the way I was brought up. It took a village then, but you can't wait for them to bring the guns and violence to your block. You can't wait for them to bring the drugs and murder to your block. You can't wait for them to cock their hats, throw up their sets, and rob you blind, because if you look and react beforehand, you'll force hands to less damage. It takes a village to take responsibility for all youth. You can't send that little girl out with jeans so tight they choking and expecting not to come home with little red marks around her neck. No, you can't send that baby out all caked up with makeup and expecting not to come home baked up. Y'all wake up. See, we can't change her nature, but you can change her behavior. So if it's attention-seeking behavior, get in the race and chase her. Love her hard, give her God, and take her back. Take him back. Let's take our youth back. But it's gonna take a village. That's that piece.
So this is powerful. I guess who's next? If there's no volunteers, I'll go and do my second piece. Who's gonna go? Oh, go ahead, Maeva.
Those who abide in the shelter of the Most High shall find rest in the shadows of the Almighty. This I declare of the Lord. He is my refuge and my place of safety. He is my God and I am trusting him, for he will rescue me from every trap. He will protect me from the fatal plague. He will shield me with his wings. He will shelter me with his feathers. For his faithful promises are my armor and protection. So I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not afraid, no. This week has been quite scary. A lot has happened and has touched us as a Black community in a way that's hard and challenging, and it was scary. I found myself having to go back to the rock, the one that gives me peace. I had to go back and share my peace with the one who gives me peace. And I'd like to share a piece with you that's called Our Plea.
This morning, I found myself mourning again. This painful wound inflicted by my enemies long ago still burns my insides. Yet, I keep my eyes to heavens. Isn't that the prize? How long will my enemies keep this up? Generation after generation, my ancestors' cries radiate through my bones to keep fighting. When will this all be over? At every turn, our voices get overshadowed by our enemies. My brothers and sisters fear for their unborn children. Internal genocide, no Blacks in the future? Toxic stress eating our flesh, racism, a weapon of mass destruction. Obstructionists ruling over our bodies and way of life. Jesus Christ, where is the abundant life? Where is the peace? Where is the joy? Suffering never seems to escape the righteous. Right this wrong, Adonai. Let your justice prevail. Let your justice prevail against those who hate us. Liberate us. Liberate our enemies' minds. Turn their feast on Black bodies to a moral reconciliation. This nation won't survive. We need your mediation. We need your salvation. Adonai, give us strength to endure because we can't take this no more. Give us strength to remember who you created us to be. Give us strength in this moment, in the land of the free. This is our plea.
All right, I'm going to thanks so much. This is Patrick Brown. Piece that I wrote, it's called It's in the Bag, B-A-G, which stands for Brianna, Ahmaud, George. And I wrote this piece with the imagery of different bags that we carry, wallets, clutches, backpacks, they're in us. And so I want you to think about what's being said is in the bag. Brianna, Ahmaud, George. It's in the bag. Not the first, not the last, hearts ablaze, iconoclast, tear down symbols erected, dejected, rejected, supremacy elected. Democracy faints with voiceless appeals, supremacy orifices now being revealed. It's in the bag. Emotions carried on historical shoulders, dumping weight and burden contemporary boulders, weighing minds down insurmountable grief. Weighing minds down insurmountable grief. Simply have not time to hang a wreath of peace from indifferent motif. As nothing changes, why even hope? Spirits falling hard, hanging on cultural ropes, no strength to tie knots, choking my heart, confused diet full of injustice, blood clots. It's in the bag. Not going to measure my life against another, for I am treasure. In the bag, my existence offends your pleasure. Exposure is tough, historical cost rough. When I have enough, place my mind in cuffs. Now life is snuffed. You're the one who can't breathe, for your breath flows through your lungs of pride. Evidence stacking up, exploding like mile high, an island alone, no more drones, revealed by a phone. Your fruit has come. Reckoning sings habeas corpus rage, non-empathic justice, normative injustice, silence cuts us, religious circus controls us, homiletics muzzle us, hermeneutics puzzle us, breathe now awakens us not to march or parade when laws were whitewashed, race you constructed, deranged not constructed, position obstructed, motive has been deconstructed, self-instructed is corrupted. It's in the bag. Prayers going up to the realm upstairs. Answers come down feeling like a blank stare. Pain inside, heart is sick, be aware. Reactions from generations, mind loose, so beware. Do I retreat, suppress, and not care? Do I name, blame, and shame as life smears? Perceptive dysfunction in those I hold dear. Harmonious rage now causes you fear. Damn nation, a nation, stirring indignation, broken imagination, heart transfiguration, hate personification, justice procrastination, identity contamination, plan marginalization, image misrepresentation, theological is predestination, power strangulation, botched, oh, the investigation, deceptive, the documentation. You're confused, confrontation, proposing, illumination, historical like a confederation, exposing this abomination, yet we still praising this United States nation, experiencing reciprocation with angry punctuation, no spirit bringing precipitation. You need humble commemoration to eliminate your nullification and recover your scattered fragmentation. Religious inoculation, now unified revelation, lifting our aspiration, peaceful inhalation, craving a visitation, no more insulation. I've been off the plantation and sever your supremacist incubation with your false allegations, and I'm throwing this proud coronation, a government full of aberrations. It's in the bag. Disrupt my stillness, heal my wellness, emerge the moment, an American Loch Ness, like a monster, sweep away mess and defend yourself less, calmed by unity's caress. No, they're not nameless, maybe defenseless, but now breathless. It's in the bag.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm gonna unmute in case whoever wants to go next. If you have another piece, feel free. Okay, so I'm gonna do this next piece. It's called Him. And this piece honors those who didn't make the best choices. And I just want to say that one of the things that I love about the gospel is that when God forgives us, he forgives us. And it's so hard looking at our past brought back, when acts of injustice happens. And instead of dealing with the issue that occurred, we want to go and look at the last 10 years, before that moment. And what we don't often recognize is that there are people who love people who have lost their lives violently at the hands of police, who lost their lives suspiciously inside the prison systems. And this piece is just dedicated to everyone who has been touched by this. And I want you to remember people that should not be remembered for their mistakes or their missteps or things that have happened, but it's just hard. But this piece is called Him. She remembers him, digging holes in hard patches of dirt, filling her skirt with Georgia clay as it became a wheelbarrow on hot, humid summer days as children would play. He climbed trees like Tarzan, and she followed behind, so unlike Jane, enduring the pain that came between the Barbie doll and Army Men wars, where she'd raise the bar insisting that her girls were better than his boys. She remembers him standing at attention with his chocolate skin, encasing toothpick legs and arms, long before he could charm the paper off a popsicle. And she was tickled watching him hang upside down in trees as he seized the pure essence of childhood, innocence in his heart. She never thought that life would pull them apart, but she remembers him. Before adolescent ascension taught them that being chocolate wasn't as sweet as they thought. Before heads that once hung high began believing the lie of inferiority, and her Tarzan stopped climbing trees and his Jane stopped chasing him through the streets. Tarzan chose the road commonly traveled, and Jane took the lesser one explored, and her path opened prison doors, and his closed societal accusations deep within. But she still remembers him in sketches on pavement in the hood next to empty 40s. His name memorialized next to the nickname Shorty. And she cries for the Georgia Clay days and the ways his big brown eyes spoke hope instead of dope, and fear of police stops and gun pops and suspicion and intuition and decisions made so long ago that led to Jane's right now. Her now without him, her slim. And as she dims the lights tonight, she considered the plight of chocolate skin that blends into the midnight of cultural despair, that hangs there on the very air that flows from her people's lungs. As many slims pass by unnoticed, unseen, as his afro sheen shines in her dreams like childhood. And I tell you, she would give anything to swing with her Tarzan now and bring nations to their knees in understanding how we all got here in the first place. And she remembers him, her slim. So.
Yes, beautiful. This piece is called Christ Is. We are in a global crisis. In a million years, I would have never surmised this, but this world and the fullness thereof is filled with surprises. Got my eyes just searching for the end of it all. This world as we know it seems like it's in a downward spiral, free fall, like newsletters being passed out on Stony Island. It's the final call. No more ignoring what's happening. This thing has hit the wall and it stinks. Like a toddler's unchanged 3-day-old dirty diaper. I can't breathe. George sang out while the weight of racism pressed down on his neck, because for far too long, inequality has gone unchecked. Peaceful protesters singing it's time to pay the piper, while looters and white nationalists are doing neither. The governors and mayors are simply tired as they watch the cities that they love burning on fire, and those whose voices once rang out loud from the open church house are now quiet as a mouse's. No more prophetic words leave their lips, because the social unrest has caused them to slip while everyone is asking, why didn't you see this? I can't be silent no more. While you're looking for superstar cowards, the Heavenly Father is shining the light on the location of where Christ is. We are in a global crisis when every human being must acknowledge who Christ is. From the farmers of Bangladesh to the kidnappers of ISIS, Christ is turning the focus of mankind back upon him so he can minister his kingdom without competition from the ones who would rather collect followers for themselves than build a relationship with him. If you call those things that be not as though they were, you could teach globally who Christ is. The attributes of him would be the guiding light that leads us out of this global crisis. Instead of meeting in a building to touch your neighbor, you have an opportunity from home to learn who Christ is. Some won't make it out alive. Just know you're not alone. Answer the knock at the door of your heart. Who goes there? He'll answer. Christ is. He is the only solace and fortitude, the constant redeeming factor as everything crumbles into dust all around. I am happy to report, when you discover the only thing left standing in this global crisis, when it's all said and done and over, know that Christ is. That's that piece.
Yes. Anyone else? I'm enjoying this, everyone. Listen, I'm going to give you an opportunity to share again if you would like.
Nice. This has been great.
Okay, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to have an opportunity to share. And for those who are not familiar with this, an open mic is a free style type of forum where there's no it's like the kind of town meeting we should have, where everyone expresses their opinion with mutual respect. There's no condemnation, there's no judging, and this takes place in open mic settings, which is why poets love these so much. So if you don't understand this forum, a lot of them are unscripted. Whoever comes get to share their voice. We're just blessed to have Kelvin Coleman and L.A. Holtz and Patrick Brown and Maeva Renault and Mark James Heath, who are just so graciously shared their gifting with us tonight. And I don't take it lightly, because we need to have a forum to share. So I wanted you to experience spoken word, because all of us have different audiences, and we reach different people, and God uses us with the people that we are sent to. And I just want to say that because it's profound. But we don't want to forget the bag.
Yes.
We don't want to forget that. We want to do our part. And if this kind of art is our part, then we want to be that voice, because poetry and open mics give people an opportunity to listen to conversations that they normally would not listen to, because it's in an art form. And so I just want to thank you all tonight. I really do. And I'm going to end. LA and I wrote a collaborative piece. She opened with the piece, and I'm going to close with the same piece. And then we're going to say peace out. So here it goes. Profound words. Words run deep. Words crash against the mind, ever moving, beating jagged rocks into smooth surfaces or sharp swords of the soul. What lies ahead on this highway are inescapable routes, passageways and tunnels that are still finding their way through. Oceans, rock quarries, and trees shuddering under raging winds heard them, and they still hear us. Must Abel still cry from the ground in defiance of Cain? These words cannot be contained. So we dip our blood-drenched pens in the hope Christ gave. May the waters release profound words as dripping ink pleads from storms to be still, for softer winds to comfort the shouting trees, and for silent sands under countless stars to remember that clay speaks profound words. Thank you, you all. Talk to you soon. Love you.
Love you.